In the hidden corners of the internet, a dark subculture thrives on depravity and violence. It's a place where anonymity allows for the most monstrous acts to be broadcast for a hungry audience. But what happens when that obsession with infamy spills over into the real world? When a man, desperate for attention, crosses a line so unimaginable that it shakes the globe? This is the story of Luca Magnotta, a man who meticulously crafted a persona, lured a victim to his death, and then used the internet to broadcast this act to the world, leaving a trail of terror that started with murdering cats and ended with a human life. This is the case of Jun Lin. Born Eric Clinton Newman in 1982, the man who would become known as Luca Magnotta had a childhood defined by instability and emotional abuse. His parents, who met as teenagers, had an incredibly strained relationship. His father was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, and Luca's mother was described as a germophobic control freak who homeschooled her children for years, isolating them from their peers. The home was not a safe place. His mother would physically kick her children out onto the freezing streets of Ontario, and she was accused of abusing the family pets, leaving them to freeze to death. His father would later accuse Luca and his mother of having an inappropriate relationship. When he finally enrolled in a mainstream school at age 11, Luca struggled to fit in. He was bullied relentlessly for what others perceived as feminine tendencies, and he found it difficult to make friends. Desperate for acceptance, he began telling elaborate lies, claiming his parents were in the Russian mafia, or that he was a famous actor's son. As an adult, he began working in the adult film industry as a porn star and male model. But he was anything but prolific or high profile. He was considered non-notable by the very internet he so desperately wanted to conquer. Rejected by the real world, Luca turned to the internet to create a false persona, photoshopping his face onto hundreds of different pictures to make it seem like he lived a glamorous life. He even created multiple fake fan accounts to talk about himself and give the illusion of fame. This need for attention, this fierce rejection, would become the catalyst for a dark and sinister path. In late 2010, a horrifying video titled "One Guy, Two Kittens" was uploaded to the internet. The video showed a man suffocating two kittens in a vacuum-sealed bag. It was a vile and disturbing act, and animal rights activists were immediately outraged. This video became the focus of a Netflix documentary, which chronicled the journey of online sleuths who became obsessed with finding the kitten killer. Luca, in turn, was actively baiting and trolling these online communities. He became aware of their efforts to track him down, but continued to post more videos, including one showing a kitten being taped to a broom handle and drowned in a bathtub. The online community, seeing a disturbing pattern, feared that this wasn't the end. They worried his next kill would be a human. They were right to be afraid. In May 2012, Luca Magnotta posted a new promotional picture for a video he was producing. The video was titled "One Lunatic, One Ice Pick" and featured a man holding an ice pick. A few days later, on May 24, 2012, Jun Lin, a Chinese engineering student at Concordia University, went missing. He had responded to a Craigslist ad that Magnotta had posted for a consensual hookup involving S&M. Jun Lin, a quiet and loving man who would text his mother every day, was last seen on CCTV entering Magnotta's apartment. He was never seen leaving. The subsequent days would reveal a crime so heinous, it seemed to defy reality. A crime that would forever bind the names of Magnotta and his innocent victim, Jun Lin. The next day, a shocking 11-minute video was posted online to a gore website titled "One Lunatic, One Ice Pick." The video showed a man tied to a bed, being repeatedly stabbed with an ice pick. After the man, later identified as Jun Lin, was dead, the murderer dismembered the body with a knife. In the background of the video, a poster for the movie Casablanca could be seen, and the song "True Faith" by New Order was playing. The crime was meticulously planned, with film references woven into every gruesome detail. The most shocking part of the case came to light when a severed foot was mailed to the Conservative Party headquarters in Ottawa, accompanied by a note that said, "This was the first of 6 body parts that were distributed." The next day, a severed hand was found in a package addressed to the Liberal Party of Canada. A nationwide manhunt for Luca Magnotta was underway. Magnotta, a man obsessed with fame, had finally achieved the infamy he so desperately craved. He fled Canada, embarking on a cinematic chase across Europe. The hunt for Magnotta was a global phenomenon, with Interpol issuing a red notice for his capture. But in the end, it was his own narcissism that led to his downfall.
It's clear Luka Magnotta's narcissism was attacked.
First it sounded crazy. A human foot had been mailed to Conservative Party headquarters.
His torso was found stuffed in a suitcase on
The suspect is a 29-year-old model and self-styled porn actor named Luca Magnotta.
The most we know about Luka Magnotta comes from the digital trail he created of himself.
Police agencies around the world are circulating photos of Luka Magnotta.
Magnotta is wanted for the gruesome murder and dismemberment of 33-year-old Jun Lin.
He was eventually captured in a cyber cafe in Berlin, where an employee recognized him from the newspaper. He was calmly reading news stories about his own manhunt when police apprehended him, his final act of narcissism. The trial of Luca Magnotta was a battle between the prosecution, who argued his actions were a premeditated act of murder, and the defense, who claimed he was not criminally responsible due to his paranoid schizophrenia.
He was put in the position of having to establish that he was suffering at the time of the offense of that mental disorder, and if he did not take the stand, well, he took the chance that the jury would be left with very little to ponder on this matter.
The court heard shocking testimonies about the meticulous details of his crime, including the dismemberment and the mailing of body parts. Jun Lin's family, enduring unspeakable grief, had to relive every horrific detail in court. In the end, the jury saw through Magnotta's theatrics and found him guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison, with no chance of parole for 25 years. Jun Lin's parents, in their victim impact statements, spoke of their beloved son, whose life was taken so senselessly, and whose memory now lives on, forever attached to this monstrous act.
最高刑法，家里人也感到很欣慰。
I told them he got the highest penalty, and I'm very happy about this.
The story of Luca Magnotta and Jun Lin is a terrifying reminder of the dark side of our digital world. It's a case that reminds us that a craving for attention can spiral into something truly monstrous, and that behind every online persona, there is a real person capable of unimaginable evil. This is a story of a life stolen, a family shattered, and an entire world that watched in horror as a man got exactly what he wanted: infamy. What are your thoughts on this case? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to explore more true crime stories, make sure to subscribe to Echoes of the Evil. Thank you for watching.